guess it's time for me to accept my own challenge. I was going to do this video Thursday coming, but I just got finished watching Noel's Lawn Tractor and Firewood. I think that's the name of his channel. And he did a great job taking us back through his childhood memories. So, after watching his, I just decided to put the camera down and sit in front of the tree and tell you about my childhood memories. My mom was the backbone of our family. She loved Christmas, and I guess that's where I get my enjoyment in everything Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. And as a kid, we'd always have a live tree. Of course, back then it wasn't, I don't even know you could have artificial trees back in the 60s and 70s. I don't know. I just remember we always had one, and I'd always go in our living room because it gave a smell throughout the house. I remember that smell and the lights and all. But Mom cooked. We just got finished carrying on her tradition. We baked fruitcakes every year. My mom would bake fruitcakes and give it out, one to the preacher, and our family got together, and then her family got together the same day on Christmas, and she'd slice a fruitcake and shared it with our family, and then took it to her family, and it was just something that everyone enjoyed. I enjoy my mom's fruitcake. I'm not really crazy about anybody else's fruitcakes. Mom's fruitcake's always moist. Most fruitcakes you buy in stores is dry, and I don't like dry anything when it comes to cakes. But my childhood memories was remembering that tree. And my mom and dad, I never thought we was poor because we always had a house of love, unconditional love. So I always thought we were rich. But in today's times, looking back, I don't know how my mom and dad did what they did. My dad worked in a cotton mill, and my mom worked at a sewing mill. And back then, they put you on production. You never really made much money. They had 4 kids. I had 3 sisters. And my dad always wanted a son, and he had 3 girls, and he finally, on the 4th one, he finally got a son. But my Christmas is a little bit different because most kids, when you wake up Christmas morning, the first thing you think of is Santa Claus. Well, maybe that was the first thing, but I remember waking up to the sound, to the smell of onion sausage frying. And you could smell the country ham. And I knew it was scrambled eggs, and I knew we had grits, and I knew it was jelly on the table, and there was biscuits in the oven. My mom cooked a feast Christmas morning, and all our family came over. And when it was time to open up gifts, Mom had one rule. Our whole family had to go into our small living room together. You just couldn't open the door and go in. The whole family had to open the door and go in all at once. Well, my dad, his birthday was Christmas Day. 25th was his birthday. And he always pretended to want to sleep late on his birthday. So Mom wouldn't let us go into the living room to Dad join us. When Dad said, I could still hear him hollering, "I'm going to sleep late today. Y'all going to have to wait." So Mom and them, it was a little game they played between them. Well, you got to go get your dad up. So we'd go in there and we'd holler. I remember I was probably 4 or 5 years old when I joined in, jumping up on the bed, trying to pull. 3 sisters had one leg. I had his arm trying to get, and he had a hold of the other bed, trying to drag him out. But Dad would laugh, and he'd have his fun, telling us, "Leave me alone." But Mom would let him have his fun for a while, but then finally she went in there, and she got him up. And we all went into the living room as a family. And everyone had their stack of gifts. And yeah, you heard me right, a stack. And each stack was rounded off with a full stocking. A stocking, as in a woman's stocking. And it was full of oranges and apples and different fruits and bananas and candies and little toys. And my favorite was rounded out with fireworks. We all got fireworks. That's a big to do back then, shooting off fireworks. Everybody done it. You had firecrackers and a little bit of, what you call them things, baby, with the sticks on it? Stick?
Sparklers?
No, not sparklers.
Bottle rockets?
Bottle rockets, but them little small ones. Everybody got a bundle or two of them, and a Roman candle came along later. But everybody had their stacks of gifts. And I remember getting my first BB gun. I thought I was something. A Daisy. Rough Rider BB gun. And I remember later on I got a mini bike, but that was the two things I remember that I cherished. But after all the gifts were open and all the food was ate, Mom would come to me year after year, and she'd always ask me the same question. Did you get enough? And I tell her every year, Mom, I got more than I deserved. Now, looking back on, as I look today through my eyes, and what I have and what I've made and the money I make, and I look back at them that didn't make very much money, that they had to save probably all year long for their kids to have a great Christmas. So when I mean a stack of gifts, we had Santa Claus gifts, we had gifts from them, and a full stocking. And like I said, we had a feast every year. But as I look back on it now, I don't know how we did it, because our living room in our home was small. And inside our living room was a full-size couch, 2 full-size sitting chairs, 2 full-size coffee table, 2 full-size stereos. Mom had a hope chest, and there was a full-size hope chest, and a full-size piano that my oldest sister used to play, which I think all 3 of my sisters learned how to play the piano. But all that was in a very small room, and probably at the height of our family, 13, 14 people with 14 stacks of gifts. As my sisters grew up and got married, and some at the beginning had kids. I think my older sister had a daughter. That's my sister and brother-in-law that killed in a car wreck. But Tina was, I think, 6 or 7 years old when they died in a car wreck. So and my other sister was married but didn't have a kid at the time. It was 13 or 14 of us in that living room. I do not know how we did it. But there's only one word that I can think of to describe it, and that would be perfect. Because it was a great madhouse full of love. Now, Mom always she made ambrosia, and she made different salads, and she always was cooking. We didn't have many decorations. Mom and I asked, as I probably was 8 years old, I even had my own Christmas tree to the back of the house where we ate at. She let me have my own Christmas tree, and I decorated it. But that was my childhood memories. It was year after year, waking up smelling that country onion sausage and the country ham, and the smell, and knowing I don't know how long she'd been up cooking. But the food and us going in to the living room as a whole family was my best memories. Now we continue today. My dad died, like I said, my sister lost my sister and brother-in-law in 79. And my dad died 86, 87. Then mom's been gone about 5, 6 years now. I think this is going to be the 6th Christmas, maybe the 5th. But she lived with me 13 years. I was a caregiver, and I built right next door to my mom. That's the only thing my dad ever asked me. When he got sick, he asked me, he said, "Son, don't leave your mom, take care of her." So when I built right beside her, where my sister and brother-in-law had a house, a trailer, and then when they got killed, their daughter came to live with us, sold the trailer, and then later on, I bought a trailer years later, and then I built my house. But we carry on. When Mom come to live with us, I carry on her tradition. I still have my whole family over on Christmas morning. I still have her same menu, except we don't do country ham. I used to do country ham anymore, but country ham's so dang expensive that we just rule it out. I'll fry sausage, scrambled eggs. I'll make white gravy instead of the red eye gravy that she used to make, and have biscuits and grits and the whole 9 yards, and we'll still have a slice of fruit cake. But we carry on her tradition. We did it when she was here, and as she's gone, we still carry on. Our family still meets at my house, and we still celebrate Christmas together. And for the last 2 out of 3 years, I've had COVID, and we didn't get to celebrate it. But my sister, she picked the ball up, continued. We don't drop the ball. She continued. She cooked breakfast for the rest of the family. So this year, I hope everybody's well. We can get together and carry on the tradition again. So that was my Christmas, and I enjoyed seeing Noel and listening to him, and I even sent him a comment watching him laugh at his own, talking about his kids. They wouldn't get to bed about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the kid was up at 3 o'clock trying to get them up to open gifts, and he started laughing at his own story, and that was good to hear. That was the reason behind the Christmas memories. Just getting you to relive things that meant so much to you and made you laugh and make you smile. Yeah, sometimes even will make you cry because you don't have your loved ones. You don't have those memories that you did as a child. So this Christmas, I hope you go back and you relive some of your Christmas memories as your childhood and what made you laugh, and just the warm feelings knowing Christmas morning waking up as a family, as I did, and enjoying it, eating and celebrating Christ, and opening up gifts as a family. Even though it was in a tight shoebox, I wouldn't change a thing. So I hope you have a great Christmas week coming up. Celebrate it with your family and your friends. Maybe somebody you hadn't talked to in a while. Give them a call. Send them a Christmas card. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope to hear more stories from your memories of your childhood, what made it great. You know, my wife mentioned maybe somebody didn't have it great. Maybe something, happened, a bad memory, or lost a parent when you was a child. But, memories and memories. It helps you laugh. It helps you heal if you're hurting. So we look forward then to hearing all the good stories, your memories. But me and my wife and Rosie's in a blanket sleeping right now. Wife's behind the camera. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Appreciate you tuning in. This is Rec Outdoors.